Hey, I'm on my way over to the Choctawhatchee River here to have some fun up in the wilderness, I call it. Anyway, I wanted to, by now you're probably aware of the two cheaters, let's call them for what they are, big time cheaters, and that walleye circuit way up there in Ohio, Lake Erie area. And wanted to give a little bit of a different take on everything that's been said. I haven't seen this take yet, and it's something that I follow very strongly. And in order to give this example, I've got to go back to years and years when I first started tournament fishing in the 90s. And I remember the first year I fished team tournament circuit, and at that, even then, I sensed something was going wrong, and there was some shenanigans going on. And after that first year, I said, you know what, I got to try to fish tournaments because I enjoyed it so much. Fish tournaments where I can be put in a position to where it's very difficult to do shenanigans. Let's call them shenanigans, okay? Whether you're stuffing lead down a fish's throat to gain the weight, whether you're peppering an area, which means you're planting fish in an area, whether you're sticking fish in a cage and then later on doing it. So I'm gonna kind of go over some of the things that I've learned in my many years of fishing tournaments. I have seen people, one instance comes to mind, this is probably the one that really sticks in my mind a lot, is, you know, most people say, well, they're doing it for the money, just to win money. No, it's not about the money. It's about getting put up on a pedestal where before they've never been in that position of importance or power. And it's intoxicating, and they want to continue to win over and over and over again. And this one instance was a little bass club in Ohio where this gentleman spent countless hours getting tanks put in the front of his boat to where he could keep these bass alive in there, live well. And he got busted. And I think the first place prize was only about 50 bucks. So that's why I'm saying it's not about the money. And hold on a second here, I'm coming up against a worker here. Wow. Like I said, I'm driving on over to the river here, and it was just amazing that they would do that. Other cases that you may be familiar with, and if you're not, all you have to do is just look up Mike Long cheating. And you know, he was known for having a lake record in Southern California for big bass, just about on every lake. And you know, that statistically is pretty much impossible to do. And again, if you do a YouTube search on Mike Long cheating, you'll see how that came. But the bottom line is he was caught on video, and big shout out to the person that spent the time and money to expose the fraud that he was taking big, you know, treble hooks and actually snagging bass off of beds, and then turning around and saying, oh, he caught these, you know, legitimately. That cost him his entire reputation. I mean, horrible. We've seen other people. California Delta is a good example. For a good decade, there was a couple people on there winning a lot of money, up to the tune of, you know, around $2 million. People always suspected it, but in the end, it was two co-anglers that just thought something was weird with their pro that day. They contacted each other, and word got out, and one of the gentlemen from one of the local tackle stores went by and actually pulled the 55-gallon drum out of the water where those fish were caught. And you know, I sit there and I just go, gosh darn it. You know, I live by something, you know, that was taught to me a long time ago, and that's to be honest, honorable, and have integrity. And so when I heard about this, I just kind of shook my head and going, man, people are still doing this, and they're going to continue to do it. It's not going to go away. People can continue to cheat, and thus I fished. Went on the pro side, started fishing pro-ams and just fishing tournaments where it was just literally impossible for another person to cheat. But then along here comes the Bassmaster Open, and the guy got busted because what he did is he's catch these fish and he would tie them to a pretty good monofilament line, and then he would just cast around until he caught that monofilament line. Well, how'd the guy get caught? Well, there's somebody pre-fishing and they caught him doing this. So, you just sit there and you just look in amazement on why people would do something like this. I'm actually turning around here. Why people do something like that. But I just felt that the open formats where you are fishing with a co-angler, and that it just helps so much more from any type of shenanigans / cheating happening. It's just more difficult to do. And with today's technology of camera, here I am talking to you. I like the fact that I could have that camera on at all times. So even if I did fish, I'm fishing Bass Nation, and I did fish one event without a backseater co-angler, and I did fish one of those events, but I had my camera on the whole time. So in case I came in with a huge weight, which I've done many times, it just changes it up. I've got it on video. So, honor, honesty, integrity. If you want to know how my thinking is, and you want to not be kind of put in that position to where you do cheat, and it's easily done, guys. It's easily done. I remember one person telling me he's going to have his uncle sit on the spot until he gets there. Well, this spot was a very well-known spot. That's just wrong too. And it's easy when you got the money in the line and you do something that is against the rules. What do you do? What do you do with that fish? Do you let him go? Or do you say, you know what, no one's going to see? But here's the problem with that. Someone does see it. You do it. You see it. I told my kids a long time ago, as they're growing up, every time I get, I say, hey, listen, God's going to know whether you're good or bad. So you might as well just always be good. All right? Don't even go into that area that's a gray area. Just right away, and it's your moral compass. Okay? Where's your moral compass? Do you want to improve on your moral compass? If you do, in the link below, I'm going to put something that I've shared with a lot of people, and I live by this. It was a devotional, but I just felt so empowered by that I keep this devotional and share it with other people. And I think it's about time to share it with a mass audience like yourself. So they're exposed. Think about how they feel. I can tell you this. One of the people that I know that was caught cheating, it killed him. He actually committed suicide by running into an oak tree. It's something I don't want to see anybody do. So if this helps you get a little more moral clarity, live a little bit more honorable, have a little more integrity, a little more honesty, read that below that. Take that out and actually put it in a Word document until you can view it over and over again. And because this sport that we love is so much fun. And isn't it great that when you do win, but you don't win every time, And I'll leave it with this. Babe Ruth was known for the most home runs ever, but did you know he also has a record for the most strikeouts? So guys, it's great to be on that pedestal. I love being on that stage and winning. I love winning. You love winning. But it's just not going to happen all the time. Just know that when you do not do well in a tournament and you get in a situation that that you're just the next tournament away from doing a lot better. All right, I hope this helps. Guys, I'm going to go hit the river. Remember, you're just one cast away.